Hi, Namaskaram. I'm Shweta Jayaram, your very own Miss Queen of India 2025. I think I cannot explain in words what I'm feeling right now. Coming back to Pegasus is just like coming back to my family. Because when I started my pageant journey back in 2020, Pegasus Miss South India was my very first pageant. And so I think coming back to Miss Queen of India for the second time and finally clinching the crown, it just felt so good. I'm excited to see what's in store for me, and I think you should be excited too. In my final answer for Miss Queen of India, the question was, what's one legacy that you would want to leave behind as Miss Queen of India? And what I said is, I want to use my voice. And that's exactly what I want to do this 1 year of my reign. Through my advocacy work with the NGOs that I work with, through the organization of Pegasus that has always had humanitarian causes, and at the same time using my social media and my YouTube channel, which I've already started. I've started posting videos about my Miss Queen of India journey, and people have been loving it. And I cannot wait for more girls to come and experience this because, having been into pageants, I understand the value that Miss Queen of India gives to all the ladies who come in here. So that is what I want to do. I really want more girls to come in, experience this, and have so much of fun and take back so many learnings. I've done about 11 pageants in my life, and I've done a lot of state pageants, local pageants. But one thing that really differentiates Pegasus pageants, it's they don't even charge one single rupee as a grooming or registration fee. But at the same time, the quality of the competition, the production value, the grooming that they give us is never ever compromised. I think even when COVID was there or any other problem came up, they have just maintained the quality of the show. And I've done pageants where the stages were not good or the production seemed a little low, because as girls who come into this industry, who pay money to do this, we expect a certain kind of production value, right? That is something Pegasus has always provided, top-notch quality. And secondly, the way they treat us. Some of my co-contestants this time were sick, and the whole team was together giving them the food that they wanted. And we don't even have to be treated this way, but they treat us like real queens, just like the name stands. We're treated like queens every single day. And even now, even after the pageant, I'm very close to my Pegasus family, and everybody, Ajit sir, Jabita ma'am, the entire Pegasus team is like a family to all of us, and it's the same experience for every girl who comes in. And I think that's the biggest quality of the pageant. Definitely, pageants are more than glamorous. I think what people see is just the crowning moment or us on stage. What people don't see is the effort that goes behind or the kind of things we go through. I think for me, the biggest challenge coming to Miss Queen of India was I was back the second time, and so I really wanted to win. And sometimes, life can bring you a lot of rejections, and until Miss Queen of India, I was either always a runner-up or I would just not win anything. And that was disheartening because, putting in effort every single day for this dream, it meant so much to me. And I think coming back to Miss Queen of India, I really felt like I just have to let go. Trust that the pageant is going to give me the best, trust in my efforts and trust in God. And I think luck and God favored me that night. And I think that's something that I'll always cherish for the rest of my life. To me, I remember watching episodes of Miss India on YouTube when I was like 16 or 17 years old. And what attracted me was not the crowning moments. What attracted me was the grooming process these women go through. And I felt like that's such a beautiful process that enables us to get to know us more, to get to understand us and expose ourselves into fields where our confidence is boosted. And that is why I wanted to come into pageants. And I remember specifically sitting in my room watching Miss South India videos online and just being very intrigued by how beautifully it was conducted. And that's how I entered. And the first time I did Miss South India, I was so blown away by how these women come in prepared. I had no idea that there was preparation going to this. And so I remember my co-contestants telling me that, okay, you have grooming schools for this, you can go prepare for all of this. And it always excited me. And once I started participating, it was more like, okay, I need to win this. Because the crown, not just the value it holds, the kind of voice you have. Now, today, if I speak, people listen to that and people hold value for what I say. And I think that's what always attracted me. And I'm so grateful that I have a voice right now and I can really share that to the rest of the world. I know the crown definitely looks so glowing and glamorous on stage, But I want you to know that that is not what defines your worth or value in life. Wearing a crown, anybody can, right? You can work hard on yourself, you can be talented, you can have a voice, and you can wear a crown. But what really matters is what are you going to do after that? What are you going to give back to the organization? What are you going to give back to the world? So know your why. Why do you want to enter pageants? Why do you want to do this? And when your why is clear, your path is going to be clearer and you'll definitely reach that crown. I think the backstage chaos, that's something the audience never gets to see. It's so funny. All of us come so graceful on stage in those gowns and everything, and backstage we're like running. We're trying to find our earrings, we're trying to find our pants, we're trying to find the sash, and sometimes the sash gets, somewhere misplaced, and then we're like freaking out, or where do we keep our sash and contestant number? But it's so much of fun. I think that's what really makes pageants so interesting. And backstage is also where you see the most amount of sisterhood. These girls helping each other to fix the hair, to fix the makeup, to really find out their belongings. And I think that's where you really see the sisterhood and the bonding in pageants. And that's something I feel like should be covered next time and shown to the audience, because that's where we are real queens.
Dque, a luxury redefined brand.
Alcazarwatches, luxury you can wear.
My favorite quote is, "If not now, then when?" My style icon has to be Alia, but I love how she carries herself. Biryani any day. I would love to go to the Maldives because I'm a beach person, I love that. It's that I am a very introverted person, but I can become extroverted when I come to pageants. So that's something you don't know about me. I still remember after my last pageant, I was just at home waiting to not do any more pageants because I was like kind of done. But I got a call from Ajit sir saying that Miss Queen of India is happening and one contestant has backed out, so would you like to participate? And that was like a God-given call for me. I have always respected Pegasus and Ajit sir so much for the kind of quality that they've always provided. And I remember just getting that call and I was so confused of whether I should do or not. But surprisingly, everybody I asked to told me, yes, you should do it. Because they also know the kind of value that this pageant has held for the past lot of years that they've done this. And that's how I came into Miss Queen of India. And I think I was really detached this time. I was not obsessed about the result, or I was not focusing too much on that. I was just focusing on having a lot of fun, enjoying my time, and just, getting back the memories of being in Sajat Resort, of being back in Le Meridien, just performing my best. And what really helped me is my entire team, my friends and family, who has genuinely always been by my side. And fun story, while I was backstage after my question answer round, I did not expect to win. I thought, oh, okay, maybe this time also I'm going to be a runner-up, because, that's something that I've always gone through. So I thought that's probably going to be the reality, because, backstage when you're there, you don't really have time to converse with people, to ask them how I did or something. And I don't usually ask that, because if it's bad, I don't want that to let my confidence or affect my confidence. So then what happened is I was just backstage waiting. And then just when I was about to go on stage, one of my co-contestants told me, I think you're going to win this. And I just smiled because I didn't know what to say. But when I went on stage and then I just let go, I was like, I have given my best. Now I was just telling God that if you truly believe I deserve this, you should let me win. And then finally, when my name was called out, I just couldn't control my emotions. I think you would have seen the video. I was just crying and all of that. And I don't even have a single good smiling picture, because I'm so like that throughout. And I think that's so funny, but so heartfelt to me. I'll always cherish that moment. And I think sometimes people say that failure is what gives you fire in your life, and when you don't make it, you come back again. But on the contrary, I feel like getting success by the end of it always boosts your confidence. Now I walk around like a different person. I feel like a different person. I feel like when I talk, people listen to me differently. People treat me differently. And that's something I think everybody should experience once in their life. So if you've ever wanted to do pageants, if you've ever doubted yourself, if you've been like, am I ready to do this? This is your sign to apply for the next Miss Queen of India and get the crown. And maybe you don't know, you might be crowned by me.